Hello everybody, this is Soumya. Welcome to my channel. Today I will discuss about the types of communication based on the medium. The way a message is framed and the channel used for sending information to the receiver determines the following forms of communication. One is the verbal communication. What is verbal communication? Transmission of information which is enclosed in words, whether written or said, is known as verbal communication. Verbal communication consists of words. It is not only oral but also written. Generally, people consider oral communication synonymous to verbal communication. Well, it is because one of the meanings of verbal is oral in the dictionary. Then verbal communication can be broadly categorized into speech and writing. A message framed in words when spoken to the receiver is termed as oral communication. It includes face-to-face conversation, voice calls, video calls, a recorded message, public address, presentations, meetings, and so on. Whereas, when the sender drafts a message in words for the receiver to read, it is called a written communication. For example, a letter, an email, brochure, circulars, notice, message chat, etc. Then we will discuss about the non-verbal communication. What is non-verbal communication? As we say, actions speak louder than words. Expressing information other than words is known as non-verbal communication. Any communication remains incomplete without the use of non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication basically unveils an individual's behavior. It reflects the personality and temperament of a person. There are different types of non-verbal communication, including kinesis, paralanguage, artifacts, proxemics, haptics, sign language, time language, object language, action language, silence, and pictorial demonstration. Then what is kinesis? This is based on the supposition that body movements may also generate a vocabulary of communication unique to each culture. Thus, kinesics can be studied through facial expression like gesture, eye contact, appearance, space, tactile, and order. Like kinesics, another one is artifacts. Artifacts include the appearance, personality, dressing sense, and presentability of a person. Whereas proxemics is the distance which a person maintains while communicating with others, speaks a lot about the relation between the two. Haptics or the touch also informs about the feelings and expressiveness of a person. Then the facial expression convey a lot more information than words can ever say. A frown on the face shows discontent, a smile shows joy, engrossed look with palm on the chin shows thinking, and red face with a stern look and clipped lips on the teeth conveys anger. Like facial expressions, gestures are expressions communicated through body movements, especially with the help of hands, neck, and shoulder. Curling of the fingers in and out at someone means come here. Waving of hand means to say goodbye. Like the other body postures, eye contact is quite helpful in learning about a person. It is also one type of non-verbal communication. Looking at someone in a face-to-face discussion usually refers to looking into the eyes of a person. Another one is posture. Posture is a part of body language. It has been discussed in brief in the section appearance. Posture is not just an aspect of appearance but is an effective form of non-verbal communication. Another type of non-verbal communication is paralanguage. Para means like. Paralanguage refers to the manner in which language is spoken. Paralanguage is the how in spoken language, while the words and sentences are a part of what in oral communication. Paralanguage includes voice, volume, speed, stress, intonation, pitch and pause. This is quite apparent when we listen to a speech. The voice quality attracts us to the speaker. Another one is the object language. The objects that people possess have a language of their own. For example, one can make out that a person is a lawyer or a doctor by his or her overcoat. Another one is the time language. Time is also equated with money. A latecomer is not perceived to be sincere and people avoid giving such a person responsible tasks. So, the time communicates about a person's nature. It is also true that the importance that we attribute to time is culture specific. In Western culture, there is nothing more important than time. Another one is the sign language. It is the most important part of non-verbal communication. Sign and symbols are the most primitive forms of communication. The cave paintings by early man are examples that our ancestors used signs and symbols to express themselves in time. Even the pictorial, graphical, physical representations come under the sign language. The jingle associated with a particular object, organization or person also come under the sign language. Then the action language. Action language is a combination of body language and the other forms of non-verbal communication. When we see a man from a distance with a spade in his hand and going up and down with the spade, we can make out that he is digging. We guess that because of his action. Like the action language, the silence is also a form of communication. Through silence is interpreted in different ways in different circumstances. Silence while working means concentration and discipline. Silence in a funeral is a respect. Silence in a workplace without any work means protest, like this. Okay. Then the pictorial demonstration. The pictorial demonstration in the manual that is given with electronic equipments helps in learning the operation of the equipment. Most of the time, pictorial instructions are understood better than the written instructions. This is a form of non-verbal communication, that is demonstration. Demonstration can be of two types. One is pictorial, another is graphical. All types of non-verbal communications are also very useful like the verbal communication. I think you people must understand something about the types of communication based on the medium. Okay, thank you.